The simultaneous existence of humans and machines in customer-facing situations may actually paradoxically modify the way that the humans interact with the other humans. Well, I think the lack of trust in AI agents as they exist in 2025 is probably due to a number of factors. First of all, it's a new technology, and it always takes people time before they trust any new technology. Second, I think we are used to certain intimate parts of our lives, and I think shopping may be in that category, to develop trusting relationships with people, right? We wouldn't necessarily trust non-human entities with such a deeply personal activity. And third, I think that since a lot of these AI agents at present are impenetrable, people may not have confidence that the AI agent, even if it was, let's say, working optimally from the point of view of the designer of the agent, that the agent actually cared about the person and really was trying to help them versus, let's say, helping a manufacturer. We've done some experiments in my laboratory over the last few years with what we call hybrid systems of humans and machines. And what we're interested in is not so much how individual humans interact with individual machines or AI agents, but rather how humans interact with each other in the presence of the agents. And what we found is that in groups of people where there are many humans interacting, and we've sort of sprinkled in some bots, the humans tolerate and even like the bots to the extent that they believe that the bots are actually trying to be helpful. It's not necessary for bots to be secret. It's just necessary for them to be acting in human interests and for people to believe they're acting in human interests. I think it's important to have transparency, like where are the bots? Like if I'm engaged in a chat with a consultant on an online, with a firm in an online situation, is that a real human or is it a bot? Soon it'll be very difficult to tell the difference within a couple of years. And I think some way of evaluating the bots is that transparency of performance, not just transparency of existence, I think will be important. So the simultaneous existence of humans and machines in customer-facing situations may actually paradoxically modify the way that the humans interact with the other humans. Here's an example. The manufacturer of a digital assistant like an Alexa is really focused on the interaction between the purchaser of that device and the device. You would never buy an Alexa if every time you had to speak to it, you had to say, "Excuse me, Alexa, I'm very sorry to interrupt you, but if you don't mind, would you please tell me the weather tomorrow?" This would be an absurd level of politeness. You expect to be able to say, "Alexa, weather," and the machine responds. And that's fine until you bring that machine into your house and your children, in talking to that machine, learn to be rude. And then they go to the playground and they are rude to other children. That's what my laboratory is interested in, the human-human interaction in the presence of machines, and how does manipulating how those machines act and behave and speak, how does manipulating the programming of those AI agents affect the performance of groups, the performance of whole human populations?